You can support this show on patreon.com/wandering the aisles. That's patreon.com/wandering the aisles. What is your deal when you're making friends with men? Are you like me? Are you friends with more women?
Yeah.
You tend to be friends with more women.
I remember when I was finishing college, I was like, I gotta learn football.
The names of the team, not how to play
just
it.
People to be able to talk about certain teams.
Yeah.
I was living in New York. I'm like, all right, if I want to get a job, this is what people talk about over scotch or something like that.
Yeah,
they talk about football and the game.
It's
and everything.
man weather.
Yes,
Sports.
and I knew nothing. I would wear a Bills hat. All of a sudden, people thought I was the GM. They're telling me about, so who do you guys have again for your quarterback? Quarterback, like the most important person on the field. And I'm like, oh, it's still, they got some deadlines coming up. We're restructuring the team. It would just be like this panic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of having to talk about a sport you know nothing about.
Welcome to Wandering the Aisles. I'm Andy Farnsworth. These are impulse buys with commentary from Earth's most interesting regular people, happenings out in the world, spontaneous conversational films. That's Alex Elliott, my guest today. Finalist, contestant to be on The Bachelor, not a finalist on The Bachelor. But as you're listening, perhaps you'll understand why Alex is Bachelor material. That's a weird statement, to say that someone's Bachelor material. Without the context of the show, you would think that sounds like they deserve to be alone for the rest of their life, which I don't think that about Alex at all. And during the time that I had with him, I felt very not alone. Alex is a good friend here in Denver. We keep in touch. He's one of my guys I talk to, sober guy. And we recorded this one right as the protests were going down, and this is the episode that I sat on because it didn't seem quite right to put out while the world was burning down. The world is still clearly, a social commentary aside, I don't feel qualified, really. At least it's not distasteful to put this out. Two white guys going to Sprouts. It's weird that things are going back to quote normal. Wow, we're just going back to dysfunctional normal. But hey, that is not why you're here. You're here because I'm here, and I'm here because you're here. And that is that's the deal. We keep each other company, and this is how I do keeping each other company. I do it from a distance, in my truck, in my usual parking lot. There's some kids out. They're up to something, and I feel little. I'm at the age now where a lot of stuff that it starts to seem pervy. I feel it. I'm feeling that. Do you feel pervy? Come on. Are you, let he who is without perv cast the first perv judgment. But do you feel that way at all? Do you feel like dirty on the inside or washed white as snow? Good for you if you do. I think we're all carrying some shit, probably. So I've heard. Started Bikram yoga again. Speaking of people who are carrying some dirty energy, Bikram, founder of Bikram Yoga, problematic man, but the practice is so incredibly helpful. It's been a huge part of my life for 10 years. Just one of those instances where, you can't own yoga. You can't own a practice, so that's a problem. But anyway, I'm back doing it, and I feel so much better. It's just a huge, the heat just cooks it out of you, man. It cooks out a lot of darkness. And what's interesting is that I often have emotions after it. I feel my feelings. I go in not knowing what I'm feeling, and I come out not knowing what I'm feeling, but I'm feeling the not knowing more intensely, if that makes sense. Hey, what else is going on? Got an apartment here in Denver, studio, moving in here in a couple weeks. Excited about that. I'm going to get a cat. I'm going to say that. Here comes a tow truck. I know he's not coming for me. Did a show on Friday last week, and gotta tell you, good to be back again, but very difficult to do the bit about the Confederate flag, Dukes of Hazzard big wheel you had as a kid. Dukes of Hazzard. I mean, Daisy Dukes. That came from a show, their Dodge Charger. They jumped it over things and it had a Confederate flag on it. Boy, I loved that show, though. I gotta be honest. I had no idea. Waylon Jennings was the narrator. The boys got themselves into a pickle. Da-da-da. And that's always when they went to commercial. Like the car would be frozen in the air. They'd be jumping over something, and it looked like they were going to crash. And then they go to commercial. And it'd be like Tom Selleck shaving. God, it was just an erotic... The whole thing was just erotic. Daisy, he got the two handsome men. I swear to God, they stuffed socks in their crotch. There's no way those guys were that well hung. Yeah, she just had those legs. I think Daisy was the first woman I ever felt like... I don't know what the word is when you're a kid. You're like... like the first time you feel the adult kind of attraction, like the adult sexual attraction. There's like crush on like Jessica Pennington kind of attraction, second grade. Go watch pro wrestling at her house and kiss kind of attraction, butterflies. Then there's Daisy in those shorts and, you know, clearly supporting racism. But God, with those legs, just those long... Boy, Daisy. I don't think I would have had a chance with her at 12 or whatever, but I'm just saying. She made me feel funny. Daisy Dukes. It's hard for me to extricate these things from one another. Sexy cutoff shorts, racism, and one of my first sexual experiences, and the awareness, the awakening. And feeling, just kind of jealous that Bo and Luke had fucking huge dicks. That just was so... I was like, that'll never happen. And it never did, but still, it seemed threatening. I didn't want them fucking with Daisy, I gotta be honest. Either of it. It was weird. There was a weird dynamic. That whole thing. Banjo music. Trying to work that out while fireworks are going off. Dog on the roof barking. The guy after me... I gotta give him credit, man, because he just powered through. He just did his material, and he seemed unfazed. But I am not that person. I enter a set phased and leave even more phased. It's all phasing. So I was carrying a lot of post-show something energy. I have it taped. I don't want to look at it. I just know I buckled quite a bit. But luckily, I've worked buckling into my persona, which is starting to feel false, because I don't feel like a buckler in real life anymore. I tell people what I'm thinking, and I hold on. I flex. That's not true. I'm just saying. Again, comedy is trailing where I'm at emotionally at present. And then my buddy Elon came up to me. We were on the show together. He opened it, and I was 5th out of 6. He said the people in the back were on it. They were into it. They were laughing. But from where I was, like the first 15 feet of the show was just stone faces. Stone cold. There's a look that audiences do. They have a look on their face like, huh? And you're like, what's wrong? You seem like a bunch of empties. Those are... The first 15 feet was just a bunch of empties. That's what I'm calling those people from now on. You have no idea how many years of comedy that term encapsulates. Part of me wants to know what they're thinking, do the wrap up and hear what they actually think. But laughing is plenty, and not laughing is plenty. I don't need to know what you're going through. That's not information I really want. It's sort of like infidelity. You're cheating on me with not laughing. That's profound. Dig into that for a minute. But, that's the deal. That's comedy. It hurts like a motherfucker until it doesn't. Oh my God, I'm just so happy the empties are gone. Oh my God, I feel so much better that you're here. Well, I gotta get back to Alex. We went a long way here. Are you still here? You still feeling the warmth? I am. Oh, it just feels it feels good to feel good again for a minute. Okay, Alex. We're going to transition here to Alex Elliott. You've heard enough of me. He's got a couple credits. I thought I was just going to be talking to a normal guy. I thought I was just going to be talking to one of the regular people. And then we get into it, and I realize this guy's got way more show business experience than I do. So that was a trip. You never know what people are walking around with. And this show, it's Earth's most interesting regular people. Alex definitely fits that description. Some people think regular is a pejorative. Did you hear that? I just used the word pejorative. Negative. But not. We're all just regular people. If we didn't have fiber. Yeah, I was sitting there. I had to say it. Okay. No, I'm going to edit that. I don't do shit jokes. That's just fucking weird. It feels weird. It felt wrong. I'll talk about you just have to have grown up in a family where you made those jokes, I guess. I don't know. We were all neck up in my family. A lot of neck up living. We didn't really acknowledge our bodies that much. I don't know what you need to know about Alex. You can look him up on Instagram at Alex Elliott Pics. He's got a couple different profiles. But handsome man. And I actually asked him if I could use one of his model shots, because I know it would get downloads. Because he's a striking man. Conversationally as well. Conversationally handsome. And handsome in real life. And just a good dude. I'm grateful to know him. Here, let me introduce him to you. Here you go. You spend some time with us. Did I ever tell you about that girl? I think I did when we first met. I was talking to you about that girl. We were supposed to hang out one night and she wanted to watch The Bachelor instead of hanging out. And I just thought that was so ironic. Yeah. You'd rather watch a show about a guy who's single than go out with a guy. I mean, I get it. If we're comparing, he's a much more, on paper, he's a better catch. Yeah. But he's boring.
I was almost on The Bachelor.
You were?
Swear to God, I was a finalist.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah,
I could totally see that.
Yeah. And I don't...
How does that start?
Well, it's...
Someone just catch you on the street?
No, my brother, he sent in... I think my brother did. I'm pretty sure. It was back. Things were hazy back then. And then next thing you know, I get an email, hey, we want you to go down to Cleveland for the runner-up casting. And I'm like, all right. So I didn't have anything going on. Drove down to Cleveland. I was living in Buffalo at the time. Boom, they're like, hey, we want you to go out to California. Uh-huh. We got to narrow this down to like 27 people. We got 100 people in the Sheraton right across from the airport in L.A. I'm like, all right, going. And the producer was from Buffalo. Uh-huh. And I'm just like, I'm from Buffalo. Yeah. I'm going to be on The Bachelor. It was The Bachelorette, so I would have been one of the dudes, on the show trying to get this girl. And... it was like 6 a.m, and they have you. They're trying to feed you mimosas. They got every single type of alcohol in the book, and I'm just like, if I want to be on the show, there's no way I can start drinking right now. Like, there's just no way. Yeah. This wouldn't be good for anyone.
Because then it'd be rehab, it'd be celebrity. Yeah. Well, you'd have to be on it then to go to celebrity rehab. But.
That's true. I could have had a whole career out of it. Yeah. And then I could have became like a coach in the rehab, But, so anyway, I go through it, everything, and I had the whole psych evaluation. I have a drug test. I'm like...
They have a psych evaluation?
3-hour psych eval.
Wait, but is the eval...
After you've been drinking.
Is it in this Marriott across from the airport?
It's in the Sheraton.
That's surreal, the Sheraton.
You can't leave your room because they don't want you to run into any other guys. They just come in and get you. and stuff like that. Yeah, it was interesting. And then, you know, you get a drug test. I'm like, you know, there's going to be a lot of cannabis in there. This thing's going to light up like a Christmas tree. And the guy goes, we're in LA. What do you think's going to happen? And they're fine. I'm like, all right. And then, so a couple months go by. I go through the interview process. Everything's fine. They're like, yeah, we'll let you know in a few months. I'm like, all right. Give them a call. They're like, yeah, you didn't get it. And then they're like, do you want your psych eval? And I call that lady, and she's like, what? You're not on the show? And I'm just like, no. And she's like, do you know how insane some of these people that are on the show are? Like, I thought you were, like, one of the more normal people. Everybody is off the scale, like, just crazy that they picked. And I didn't get it. But, you know, there's still time.
I wonder why. You seem like an excellent bachelor, to be honest. If I were judging, I would have picked you.
You would have?
But you might have been... Here's the thing I could think of as a producer. Not crazy enough. That's what they're not telling you.
Because I took it as an audition, you know?
You want a borderline personality person. That's what they want. They want drama. They don't want someone who's okay with themselves. Unless they're out in the first season or something. I don't fucking know.
I took it as an audition. I'm like, I'll get paid. Maybe I'll make a deal with, like, one of the guys and be like, hey, listen, I know we get $1 million. If we get to marry this girl, how about this? We split it 50-50. I go, you get 500. You go, I get 500. Like, win-win. Apparently, that's it. They don't give you the $1 million till you, like, actually get married.
You get $1 million to get married?
You get $1 million.
Wow, she looks like my ex. Like her frame. You know how, like, people are just like echoes of people.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, there's sprouts.
What is your deal when you're making friends with men? Are you like me? Are you friends with more women?
Yeah.
You tend to be friends with more women.
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Or, I mean, you know, you tend to make friendships with women.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I remember when I was finishing college, I was like, I gotta learn football. Like, I gotta learn football. Like, I gotta learn football. That's it.
Because like the names of the team, not how to play
just people to be able to talk about certain teams.
Yeah.
Like, I was living in New York. I'm like, all right, if I want to get a job, like, this is what people talk about over scotch or something like that.
Yeah,
you know, they talk about football and the game.
It's
and
man weather.
Yes,
Sports.
And I knew nothing. Like, I would wear a Bills hat. All of a sudden, people thought I was the GM. They're telling me about, like, oh, what, you know, so who do you guys have again for your quarterback? Quarterback, like the most important person on the field. And I'm like, oh, you know, it's still, they got some deadlines coming up. We're just, you know, we're restructuring the team. Just be like this panic.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Of having to talk about a sport you know nothing about.
It's possible they don't know either. It's possible that this is a newly acquired skill for some of them.
But they know a few names, like...
But they're just like you. Maybe they're, you know, a month into, quote, learning football.
The only reason I remember Doug Flutie is because of Flutie Flakes cereal. I mean, that was in 97?
Yeah. Kirby Puckett, I remember.
Yeah.
Because my brother wanted to name our dog after Kirby. He loved the twins. He had... You know how you have... Do you have an older brother?
Yeah.
So, like, when you're younger, I think you try to love what your older brother loves. It's like a way to bond or something.
Right.
And he loved sports, and he knew all the stats and everything. And, dude, he would... I swear to God, I had a bit about it, but, like, he would hit me if I didn't know the starting lineup for, like, the Twins or whatever. He would, like, quiz me. And, you know, it wasn't terrible, but he would...
Jeez.
I mean... And I just... Yeah, it put me off that... Yeah, you associate sports with... I like playing...
Yeah,
I played tennis. Do you play tennis?
No, I mean...
Yeah.
I'd like to figure it out, but you need to have friends in order to play tennis.
You kind of do. Tennis friends are weird, though.
That's got to be a weird relationship.
Well, you can do more of a pickup. You got to find tennis men, and then it's okay to do tennis. Like, do you want to go hit? It's very acceptable. It is intimate, though, the asking. Because there's a... Especially with tennis, there's a... Do you play at the same level?
Right.
Because they could be, you know,
Yeah.
Like, play like, yeah.
And then you got to shut them down if they suck. Like, what if they're really bad? Like, you're decent, and they're just horrible, but they think they had the greatest time in the world.
Yeah, they did.
Whatever.
Because they learned from you.
Yeah.
They played with one of the greats.
Yeah, it's like, Jim would be better just to invite over for a barbecue on Sundays or something like that. We don't need to do the tennis thing.
It's true, and the people who want to play the most are the ones that have the most, quote, to learn. It's rarely someone who's like, who's like, I don't know.
Because if you're good enough to compete, you're competing, right?
You're competing, but you're at least kind of, it's like iron sharpens iron. You're like at least sharpening each other if you're in a closer level. And tennis varies a lot from day to day too, for someone like me it did.
Right.
I was okay. I played in college, so I was like okay. Not okay, I was good, but I mean mentally. Talk about like before I got sober. My brain, now if I had the quiet, kind of tired brain that I have now with my physical ability then, I'd be like much better. I've recently started bonding with male comedians more recently,
right? In
general. And it's tricky because it's the team thing too, and comics are all like lone wolves. They're individual. They're kind of like stray cats. They're rarely concentrated throughout the population. So I don't know. It's weird. It's hard to bond.
And that's got to be tough because there's so much competition in...
And that never stops.
Entertainment, period.
No, it never stops. You forget that. The big demarcation is whether or not you have a TV credit. But even then, because once you have credits, you can start to work and things like that. But once you're in that realm, they are all comparing like crazy to each other. Comparing yourself to other people is hell, dude.
Yeah.
It's hell.
And that mindset that I don't matter or something, they wouldn't matter if you didn't matter.
Wow, dude, you just blew my mind.
So get out of that, Dude,
you might have just changed my life just now. Yeah.
They would not matter if you didn't matter, and that's it. End of story.
Wow. Then the other voice just came in, though. It's like, no, but they've proven that they matter.
To who?
To people that
To more people that think that they don't matter?
Dude, that's really true. Why is it important, Alex? Why do we care? Why do you want to be friends with men? Why do you want friendship? Philosophically, why does it matter?
The idea is nice, and I think that's what it is. I think the idea of being able to be like, yeah, I got like so many people hitting me up to all get together and go to this barbecue or something like that.
Yeah,
that's nice. But 9 times out of 10, I'm like, they're having a fucking barbecue and it's 95 degrees out today? Like, what? Why? I don't want to go. So I guess you don't really need...
You just want the option.
You want to be invited, or something.
Invited. But what I'm talking about, there's that, but then there's also like, we do need it.
Yeah.
I don't know that my dad, he didn't start like seeming to make like buddy type friends until he retired.
Yeah.
And then he had his buddy, like his friend.
Right.
And because I don't remember, I guess maybe you learn it from your dad. You learn how your dad's friends with men.
Right.
It's like how you model it or something. So I didn't see that a lot. And my brother would never let me into his circles because I was 6 years younger. I mean.
Yeah.
So. But you need it. The reason I need it is because honestly, with women, if you're straight, it gets complicated sometimes because it starts with like friendship, legit, and then there's natural.
Yeah.
It at least gets to a head, and then you have to address it, and then you either stay friends or you don't.
Right.
That's what I've found. But
there's that fine line. It's
yeah,
and I mean, they say every great relationship starts with friendship, right? So then when you have friendship with all these women, it's like, gee, I got a lot of great relationships now. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
You know, you don't know where to cut it off because it's like, all right, I really like this person. I enjoy their company. Great friends. Am I starting to have feelings with them? And then do you shut those feelings down because you don't want that friendship to end?
Yeah.
Or do you explore it so you go deeper in your friendship with the possibility of losing?
Don't you feel like with your women friends, though, they're wanting some from you?
No.
No? You're not suspicious of them?
Not really.
Really?
They've seen me at my worst, so I mean, like...
Yeah, but you're Bachelor material. Almost.
Bachelor material. They've never
You're
seen me at my worst.
Guy. You're arm candy.
Right.
But I guess women maybe think... See, this is the thing. I can't even generalize. Every time I make a generalization about women, A, it always breaks down and proves not to be true, and B, then... It's revealing something very intimate about yourself. Your broad, like, sweeping generalities about... It's really revealing your bitterness. It's really... When you make a sweeping statement about women, it's like, well, this is how I've been hurt before by the opposite sex.
Right. Here's what I've learned in this day and age of dating, right? And it goes back to when I was in New York, and I remember my brother told me, he goes, just remember what Gretzky said, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. And I ended up in like a 2-year relationship after just talking to a girl on the street.
Yeah.
So now with all the Tinder and everything, 9 times out of 10, they're posting something online or on Tinder and saying, why can't a guy just approach me like back
it's true.
then?
Yeah.
So it's like, what do I got to lose now?
Dude, that's a great mindset. That's a fantastic mindset.
I mean...
That's great.
And it could be during the day. You're getting coffee, or you go to the same coffee shop. Just, hey.
Dude, and the nice thing about that mindset is like, look, I'm just going to give you the option to be interested in me.
Keep it open.
I'm going to keep I'm saying, I'm fine, yes or whatever you want, but I am available.
Yeah. Easy peasy. Every single Tinder account goes, I like all things outdoors, everything Colorado.
Yeah,
So let's say you pitch it to somebody, you're like a girl or guy, whatever. You're like, hey, I just finished a hike or something. You're grabbing your coffee, and you go, do you like to hike? Yeah, I like to hike and stuff like that. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, where do you go? And then you just pitch it, we should go on a hike sometime. Boom. Open-ended. You're not saying, let's go on a hike on Tuesday.
Well, yeah. But that's what thing, too, is women they like the specific, let's go on a hike on Tuesday kind of people, though. They like a decisive...
But you open it up.
What do you mean?
We should go on a hike sometime. And if they go, yeah, no, I'm not, then you already get it. And they go, or if they go, yeah, that sounds great, and be like, awesome. Let's go Tuesday.
Then, though, sometimes you get but I really just liked the idea of going on a hike. I don't want to nail it down.
They don't know what they want.
Do I? Do you? You know what you want.
No, I don't know what I want.
You want a lady.
Until the hike.
You want a companion.
Yeah.
It's like we both know what... I don't know. It seems like people have, like, different levels of regulating expectation. What's that? Seinfeld used to have that joke about, like, what's the difference? Like, what's a first date but a job interview with a chance you could end up naked at the end of it?
Yeah.
So that's hard to go away. Like, for me, I think I might be mildly autistic. Because it's hard for me not to say what's happening, which is, are we going to have sex or not? Like, I know that sounds rude, but in my head, there's tension.
Yeah.
Are you able to set that aside?
No.
Right? Neither are they.
That thought is just going through your head the whole time.
Right.
From the start of the date, even on that hike, it's the start of the date, you pick them up or something, it's daytime.
That's so awkward.
You're wondering the whole time, and it's going, especially halfway through if it's going well, how the hell am I going to get rid of this person without making it awkward?
Yeah.
Do I kiss them? I want to see them again. Do I kiss them the second time? Do they go in for a hug? Do I walk them to their door?
I'm never going to see them again. I decided that. But do I hug them or kiss them or try to have sex with them because I'm never going to see them again? So
or are they planning sex?
Are they planning? Yeah.
Who knows what they're planning? And this is all running through your head the whole time. You can't even just enjoy it. And then when it starts running through your head even more, that's the more just stuff that you're just talking, and the more that they like you too, because that's going through your head is because you have that fear of saying goodbye to them at the end of it. And you're I don't know where I'm going with this.
No, I have that. The fear of saying goodbye. Say more of that.
But the fear of saying goodbye, and then you start talking more and your conversations get deeper, and that's the more that they want you. Then you're like, okay, now what? Do I push them away?
Wait, are you saying because you didn't like them?
No, because you do like them. But then you just don't know how to end the date. And you don't know where to go from there. So you have another one.
You say, I don't know how to end this date. Why don't we have another one and figure out how to end the next one?
That is great.
You're welcome.
Problem solved.
I just came up with that.
That is great.
I want to use that. I have it on tape now. I don't know how to end this date, so why don't we have another one and figure out how to end?
That is the best line I've heard.
You're welcome. I don't know.
That is amazing.
See, I can come up with this with the man. There's nothing on the line. Although this is sort of a date that I'm recording.
It's a date.
But you got it in my car.
Yeah.
I mean...
Yeah, we're just going to say goodbye at the end.
We're going to say goodbye.
Or see you soon. I don't like goodbye.
We might be friends.
Might be friends?
We're on like a once every 2 weeks. Right?
Yeah.
We're not on a daily phone call.
Not the dailies.
Do you have any daily, man? I have one in Salt Lake, my buddy I call. And sometimes I wonder, is this what we're going to do every day? We're going to but we've been doing that for 2 years, so.
Yeah.
But it's just checking in. What is that?
It's my green shake.
Is that something you do every day?
Well, I used to do it for breakfast, but now I'm like, why don't I have carbs for breakfast and this for lunch and switch it?
What do you have for breakfast usually?
This.
So that's because that's carbs.
This is no carbs, so I put it to lunch. So start the day high carb.
Yeah.
And just keep going.
See, that's my philosophy.
Yeah.
You start with, I've heard that before. All right. I'm getting low blood sugar, I think, so we should go.
You should get one of these shakes in there.
They have them in Sprouts? Is this your second time in Sprouts today? Okay.
No.
But not that it would be terrible.
It's my first time. It's a nice truck.
Dude, I love this truck.
This is manly as fuck.
I know. Is this weird? How you feeling? You good?
It's good.
Okay.
I was just going to ask those girls how they'd feel about ending a date.
Yeah. You can't run up to them. You missed it. But
missed it.
See, I feel like when I was saying that was like you're on the date. But you're right. It would work. Yeah. I think it would be fine. If I don't matter. If I matter. How did you say it again? If you
don't matter, then they don't matter, you know? Or what did I say? I mean...
No, you said it right. If
you didn't matter, they wouldn't matter.
That both makes sense, and I also... Yeah, there's a part of me that...
I don't know how you could disagree.
Believe me, I'll find a way.
I know how you could disagree, but...
Today is July the 8th when you hear this, the 7th when I'm recording it. And as of now, big highlight of my life, I have a new pair of shoes coming from Zappos. Got another pair of shoes lost in limbo with another company called Sun and Ski Sports. I don't use this space for advertising. I mean, I do my Patreon funder, but I will say I'm going to use it right now to say, I'm going to wield the power of my podcast to say, don't ever fucking order anything from Sun and Ski Sports. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't even know where to begin. Hours of dealing with these people. That's not what this podcast is. Well, there's a consumer bent to this, so maybe I should share it. Mostly it's just a lot of discontinuity. Nobody's talking, there's the chat. You're talking with a chat bot, and then the phone, the hours, they're closed. They're not taking phone calls between 4 p.m. and 2500 Greenwich Mean Time, Thursdays through Fridays. And not just Thursday, Friday, through Thursday through the following week, Fridays. But that's every other week. So you just got to keep after it. Anyway, difficult. It's hard to know that you have a pair of shoes that are just, I tried to send them back. I tried. They're still out there. It was signed for by Josh, some guy named Josh at the dock in Houston. He signed for my Solomon XD Pro hiking shoes that didn't quite work for me. I sounded like a diva just then. They didn't work. They didn't fit right. No, they fit fine. I just decided I didn't like them. But you can do that now. You can do that. You can say, I don't like it. I'm sending it back. Do you remember the era? Maybe some of you didn't grow up in this era, but there was an era where you returned things with extreme... You were met with extreme skepticism. Well, do you have a receipt? That used to be a thing. And if you didn't, it was like you were some kind of criminal. Do you have a receipt? The shame. Do you feel that? Can't help you if you don't have a receipt. I mean, it still happens, but by and large, companies are like, yeah, I can look it up, And that's never gone away from me. That shame of, do you have a receipt? That accusation. Because it's like there's a betrayal that happens when I betray myself, because I'll get something and then I'll be like, I'm never getting rid of this. This is the best thing ever. And so I throw out the receipt, like to lock myself into something. I'm like, I'm going to stay with this toolbox that I bought. Me and this toolbox going to be together forever. I picture handing it off to my son someday. And then I change my mind. The good times are over with that Stanley toolbox. Not going to work out. And then I feel like, who was I? Who was I that even liked this toolbox? What was wrong with me? What was I thinking? It's plastic. I should have gone with the metal one. This is stupid. I got tie downs. I got ratchet tie downs. I got to keep them in my toolbox. And I can't have them in plastic. This was stupid. I'm in a good mood. I started today feeling very, very... like one of the empties. Oh my God, I can't even begin to describe how much fun that term is. I've got a case of the empties. I have the case of, and I woke up with the empties, full on empty. That's going to be my next comedy album. Do I sound manic? I drink coffee. That probably has something to do with it. Are you keeping up? Changing subject here. How are things with my dad? Thanks for asking. He sent me a couple coins that he found that were his dad's coins. It was a nice letter he sent me. I don't know. It's a cycle. We're all part beast, part angel, That's the acceptance thing that I'm getting to. The more I understand that about myself, the more I'm cool with it. With other people, not cool with it. It's your dad, man. Dads are this monolith. I really hit that weird. Monolith. They're just dad. I don't know how you would ever undo the dad machine that they install in you. The dad machine. Anyway, love him, but he hurt my feelings. And I don't know what to do about it. I should probably talk to him instead of talking to thousands of people over my podcast about it. I will. Wrote me a letter. I'm going to write him back, and it's going to be fine. You got to love the people in your life, man. You got to... Andy, this is... Why am I tying a bow off on this for you people? It makes sense on the surface. There's an assumption that everyone has to matter.
Right.
But I don't think everyone has that assumption. But it doesn't matter, is what you're saying, if they have it or not.
It doesn't.
Because you've decided it for yourself, that I matter. Right?
I know you matter.
Well, I meant I and like...
Every single person matters.
Yeah, the hell is of saying, well, I only matter if this or that happens, or
That's...
Do you have a way that you go to like figure out your self-worth? Like, is that something you think you're just born with? Like self-worth? Or have you had to like learn how to kind of talk yourself into it?
I think it's just from meeting so many different people and seeing like very successful people that just don't have a grasp on the world at all, and
right,
financially successful, and then seeing very unsuccessful people that have a full grasp on the world, and seeing every single type of person and like being like
that's true. Well, do you think that is that from sales and stuff?
No.
Hey, buddy. I'm not scared of dogs usually, but
yeah.
It's got to be a hellish time for dogs right now. All these people wearing masks.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. They're home with their owners and stuff, but...
That's true.
Okay. When's the last time you stole something?
Last time I stole something was 2 days ago.
Really? What was it?
No, I haven't stolen anything.
I used to steal cookies from Whole Foods all the time, but now it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
Because they're all packaged up. I had a woman tell me she said if you drink it in the store or eat it in the store, unless they catch it in the act, you know you're good.
Right.
Obviously.
Yeah, I mean...
So I would do that. I'd grab cookies and eat them.
See, my thing here, I guess I steal every time I go to Sprouts.
Oh, why? What do you do?
A coffee. See what coffee number's on sale, fill up my bag, grind it up, and put that coffee number on.
Wow, dude, you are just... That's sort of Machiavellian. It's just pure deception.
Yeah, it's rough.
I'm going to let you carry the cart.
All right.
That is just weird, watery. I got one clearly sanitized hand. Do you like brie? Are you a fan of brie?
Brie's pretty good.
Yeah. My buddy was telling me about the cheese crisps, like you grate cheese and bake them. You know, bake them into crisps. You ever done that? It's good.
The cheese crisps?
Yeah, you make them.
You make them?
Yeah.
They have them in bags here.
Oh, I mean, they're healthier, I think.
All right, this is the section. See, look at all these juices.
Which one are you gonna? What would you get?
I mean,
juices have a lot of carbs, though.
They do. Let's skip the juice, and you don't need the beet anymore. Not with that liver.
I think I need this. I'm gonna buy these. I'm putting them in there.
There you go. Throw them in there. What do you think about store-bought sushi?
It's tricky. I really gotta trust it.
Yeah.
You?
I don't trust it. Let's go over to the power bars.
See, everything's in bags now. I kind of like that anyway. Like the bulk bin thing, it was always suspicious to me.
Suspicious?
You never know. Some fucking 5-year-old just stuck his hand in there.
That's true.
They're not going to go clean it up.
No. Let's go to where are the power bars?
Have you ever had this mushroom coffee?
No. I have not.
You know what I love is dried strawberries.
I feel like coffee, they're going to come up with anything to have it just be the new way to charge $9 a cold brew.
Yeah.
Like they have the coffee beans where a cat eats them and shits them out. Have you heard about that stuff?
No.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like $150 a pound. And they feed cats coffee beans.
Really?
And then wait for it to go through their stomach and everything.
What's it called?
I don't know.
I just drink Emergency when I work out. That's for electrolytes.
Electrolytes. Yeah, I can't find the power bars. Power bars are probably back here. You see anything good?
A lot of things. Sprouts is weird because there's not brands that you see other places.
I don't know about egg white protein. What's that all about? See, they
Okay,
got
I
all
need-
these. Look at all these power bars. This section drives me insane.
You mean like good insane or?
No,
It's all sugary. It's like
everything sugar and carbs. Cliff. It's got like 48 grams of carbs. What am I climbing Everest today? When you're just driving around, you want a quick power up.
I mean, it is Cliff Bar. They are pretty open about it. What are you climbing Everest to? Yes, we made a bar for them.
It's called Cliff. Shit, you got me there.
Yeah. No, you're right though. That's a good point. If you're, yeah.
Then you got the think. No one thinks
20
about
grams of protein.
20 grams, 0 grams. The no cow is pretty good.
They just taste gross though.
They're pretty
What
nasty.
are we looking at? 23 grams of carbs. That's not that great.
Why?
This is wet. Gross. 21 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar.
This no cow is bomb. Bomb.com.
22 grams of. See, I'm on a 70 carbs a day. That's where I'm at.
See, look at the fiber there. You take the carbs
So that's.
and you subtract 17 grams of fiber
Oh,
and the sugar alcohol too. So you're really up to 21 grams of fiber. So you only got 3 grams of carbs.
but wait. So what do you do with the sugar alcohol? You subtract with it?
Yeah.
Why? I would think that would add.
Not with the sugar alcohol, unless it's added sugars, but sugar alcohol, your body can just metabolize it like a fiber.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
All right.
So
well,
really
I'm
up
gonna
to
get.
21 grams of fiber, then boom. These things
Which
are
one do you
bomb.
get? Chocolate
I
brownie?
get the chocolate. It's pretty good.
Peanut butter. Wow, these are. You just sold me on these.
Yeah. No, I've been on
I'll
a
start
long
with two.
search. You know, with my dashing and everything, I need something on the go. I can't be just pulling over a Wingstop every 5 minutes.
I can't get anything.
Oh, sorry.
I can't get anything frozen. You can, but
I'm gonna get water in
ways
this.
Oh, I should get water, shouldn't I? I like this high alkaline stuff.
Which one?
The high alkaline water.
Yeah, that one's better, right?
It's terrible for the environment, but
I'm gonna get one of those. Cause then I can just fill up my water bottle.
okay. So is that all you needed?
I need some nuts, but
I like the idea, but they taste like dog food.
yeah. Here's the tea. Here we go. The tea section will drive you insane. Every single tea. After dinner mints, Queen of Greens, Mean Squeeze, Big Ben.
I'm not a zinger guy. My mom always drank that. She always had the red zinger tea. Matcha's good.
Matcha's good.
Dude, do you want like a sugar dessert late night thing? I would never normally get vanilla. What? What?
Yeah. It is so good.
Justin's almond butter. I got the vanilla on accident, but it's fantastic.
Really?
And it's not many carbs.
It's just fat.
Yeah, but I don't get like all crazy munchy if I eat it. You know what I mean? Like I don't
Can't
get.
do it.
You can't
do it.
because of the calories.
The fat. It's just you're just eating fat and sleeping.
You're not supposed to do that.
No.
Where did you learn all this shit about diet and stuff?
Just looking what happens to my body.
Dude,
With my mom too.
Smell this.
Mom's a nutritionist, so
oh, you can't smell it. They're like distilling hand sanitizer at the alcohol plants now.
Yeah.
This smells like the Captain Morgan. That
Really?
It's been thrown up though, like it's awful.
oh my gosh. Why does that one have a different cap than this one?
That's a good point.
Changing the cap game?
Oh, that's a good point. It's something to keep your eye on. All right.
I don't understand scent-free hand sanitizer.
No, there's a scent.
Yeah.
No, it's.
They got the Catalina Crunch. I don't know if I should start eating cereal again.
Because of the carbs.
I just don't like the crunch outside of Boulder chips. That's it.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm not like a crunch
See,
food
now
kind
this
of
looks
guy.
good to me.
See, the keto, I mean,
It's
in the morning.
$8 for a little bag of
You only
9
need a
ounce.
little bit.
No, I would eat that bag. That's one bowl. That's one bowl.
No, you
here.
put some Greek yogurt in, 2 scoops, a little bit of that, some blueberries, boom, you got breakfast.
That's not a terrible. All right, you might have just sold me on that with the adding the yogurt.
I'm pitching.
11 grams of carbs. This says there's 10 servings, dude. This is 9 ounces.
10 days.
I can't do that. I know that about myself. I
Yeah.
learned that.
Oh, here's the coffee. Here we go. I don't know.
You get the cold brew.
I typically get the cold brew. I don't know. I really want to go to Sprouts again later because there's this really cute girl that works at the register on
This
Mondays. Nah, this other one. She works Monday nights. I have no idea what half her face looks like though. Like, I don't know. What do you think?
That's funny. But you get the idea. You can tell. I think
Maybe.
you get the idea. If you can see the eyes,
Yeah. I mean, really, we shouldn't judge people based on their appearance.
no, but we're going to.
Yeah,
You have to. That's
100%.
evolution. If we didn't do that, we wouldn't have survived.
So, are you typically attracted to somebody that has, like, eyes that are kind of like yours?
Oh, that I don't know. I never thought, oh, she's got my eyes.
Right. I don't think it's a...
It's more like a frame or like a size.
I'm not looking for girls 6'2", 210. Like,
Yeah. But I think it's like, actually, I think for me it's Scandinavian women. I can't, it's not like, oh, I like Scandinavia, like it's my thing. Like, it's like that is compelling. Like I feel like my genetics going like, yes, yes.
Scandinavian.
Norwegian.
Baking shit.
Are we good? I got those bars because that'll keep me from spinning out. You know what's good here? I shouldn't tell you about this, but if you ever want to commit carb suicide,
Yeah. Those have been eyeing me up for a while now.
the green apple twists,
Dang.
and they're all wheat flour. How the fuck did that happen?
I don't know.
22 grams of carbs for 1.5 twists.
What about the watermelon twist?
I
These
haven't
ones
had
are
watermelon.
flying.
Peach is good.
Shit, I don't want to do it.
Oh, don't. You're fucked. It'll ruin your life.
Whole life's just shot. What's the difference between American and Australian licorice? Look at. So Australian
Oh
is
yeah, the little
giant
bites
chunks.
of it. Yeah, it's softer. That's the difference.
Australians.
Do you eat fruit?
Yeah, I did fruit. Shit. During the pandemic, I was literally just going to Sprouts just to see people.
Yeah.
I think I talked to you the one day. I would just left Target, did like 6 laps there. I bought a loofah. Because I just spent $1. I was like, yeah.
Do you still have the loofah?
I still got the
The
loofahs.
shelf life of a loofah is tricky.
It's the first loofah I've owned.
How long are you gonna? Like, do you know what your rotation schedule is gonna be?
I haven't gotten to that point yet.
You can tell. You can feel it.
Yeah. It's a yellow one, so I figure when it starts turning black, that's probably a good sign.
All right. I feel.
Red mangoes, 98 cents.
I like mangoes.
Mangoes are good.
Is that one of those situations where the fiber?
Is it the skin?
No, like the fiber. You subtract the fiber because of the carbs. Because these have a lot of fiber.
I don't know. I don't know if that applies there.
Oh.
But
Boy, cantaloupes have gotten smaller.
you ever have mango and avocado together?
Yeah, that used to be my whole like lunch during one summer when I lived in Salt Lake. There were like one good avocado with salt and lemon, and then a mango. The cantaloupe, this pandemic's been hard on the cantaloupes.
Yeah, I feel like Lululemon sponsors Sprouts.
I always thought Tom Brokaw saying Lululemon is funny. Lululemon.
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 Lemon.
Please loan Larry Linda's lollipop. Those are good looking peppers.
Those are nice. Very green. This whole section. Some people just love going to the produce section to see the colors, but never buy anything.
Who are these people, dude?
No, you ever meet someone that's just like, oh, I love all the colors. Look at it.
I've never met any of those people.
What?
Yeah, that's a class of dumb dumb I don't fraternize with. What were you doing today? Just wandering around the produce section. Oh, I love the colors.
Oh, look at all these. Don't these colors make you so happy?
No,
Not
they
really.
are. They're beautiful, but I'm just saying I've never heard someone say that out loud.
Are you kidding me? That's why these stalkers have to put the most, like the perfect looking fruit up front.
No, I mean, I don't disagree with it. It's just not, for some reason I just...
Should we get some, what we got going on?
Yeah, blueberries.
Here? I might get some blueberries. A handful of blueberries would be good today.
All right. I think my time is, I think I need to eat something.
I want to eat something. Eat your power bar.
Well, I want to wait. My hands are full.
Yeah.
I love gummy bears, dude. It's my weakness among many.
Organic black turtle beans. I don't know what those are.
Is she here, dude? Your girl?
No, it's at the other one. Okay. I'm not going to give up the location.
Oh, no, I'm
just kidding.
No, I don't think we're fighting in the same weight class, dude. I think you're good. You're going to win. Look at this CBD sparkling water.
Yeah.
See, now it's going to look like we're together.
We got a mask on.
I guess I'll be the alpha. I'm paying. You bottomed yesterday.
Oh my God. Power bottom.
Good. This is all the one thing.
All right. $2.50.
Oh, I meant the whole thing. Sorry.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
We're together.
Yeah. Just.
Do you need a bag?
Do we need a bag?
Yeah, we'll take one bag.
Okay, you too. Why'd you do that? Why did you have to say that? We're together.
What do you mean? Why can't you say you're together?
I think she could tell that we were being sarcastic.
We weren't together? We walk in the
we
store
were like
together?
here's what I thought. This is what my radar thought. These are two, maybe potentially douchey men who think it's funny for the first time to pretend that they're gay in public.
I wasn't pretending I was gay. I was just saying we were together. The whole order was
for
together.
that moment, I feel like we were, and I felt like we were going to fight about it later.
You felt something
And then
different than I felt.
No, I felt this is my default in relationship. This is an antagonism, and we're going to probably fight about that later, and it's going to come out sideways after some time. And you'd be like, where the fuck did that come from? You'd be like, how come you never do the dishes? I've been doing the dishes for a year.
Yeah.
You could at least offer. I'm happy to do them. I like doing them. I just feel like I wish you would offer once in a while.
I just wish you would offer. You don't even acknowledge it. I just thought it was something you like to do. Well, you have to at least offer. You know it's something I like to do, but you got to offer to do it. So what the hell? That's where things get complicated.
Yeah, it is. Well, I feel like what people fight about is what they assume and what they take for granted without thinking about it. That's what a lot of fights are like. the taking for granted thing.
Right.
Not knowing that the other person is pulling their weight, or has felt like they're pulling weight for a while or something.
But what if it started out that way and it's just always...
That's the thing. That's codependent, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where someone's really pulling the load. I don't know. Okay, I need to eat.
You got to have that power bar.
I know when I'm getting loopy when I don't finish my sentences. I just bail on them.
First podcast, you just fall over in the
Just totally. That's probably how I'll probably record my own death.
Oh my God.
That would not be a very, no, it would not be very, I mean, God willing, I'll be in some nursing home. It'd be the longest podcast ever. It'd be like 2 weeks of this guy breathing heavily.
Yeah. 2 weeks of this guy breathing
2 weeks of...
Check out my last podcast, tweet, dead, and then you're just breathing heavily. What the hell? Everyone's trying to call you. Oh no, he died like an hour ago.
Didn't you hear his last podcast?
Yeah. But he just tweeted, check out my latest podcast.
Will you hold this?
Yeah. What kind of, you got the chunky peanut butter? That's a pretty good one.
Have you ever been close to death?
Gosh, I can't remember.
So it's one of those things where you're probably...
I think when I was young, yes, but I didn't understand I was, right?
Yeah?
Like I had mono and pneumonia at the same time, and I was really sick, and I didn't know the severity of it until like people were celebrating my recovery from it.
How old were you?
I was like 10 or 11.
Oh, yeah. So you're like, what is this birthday party spirit? Why is it birthday?
Yeah.
Feels like a birthday.
I'm doing all right. Here, have some blueberries. We got some cheese. I never even knew. I didn't know what those were for the longest time, these cheese wheels.
I ate those.
Yeah, you got them.
Yeah, I'm saying some dumb shit. I eat those? I bought them.
Yeah, you bought them. Your power bar.
These are good. No cow protein bar. 21 grams of plant protein. Dude, this might be my new.
I've searched and searched for the perfect power bar. Something that you could have even if you do work out or something. It's like, oh, great. I'm getting energy.
They're often really chalky.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't too bad.
This one's, the chocolate's a little chalky, but I'm used to it. It's good.
23 grams of, so yeah.
Yep. No cow. Should get them to sponsor this. This is life-changing. I had to go through all the research of power bar after power bar.
I also kept researching. I quit. I was like, I've been hurt before. I need to start. I can't do this. I've been hurt.
Well, when you're a dasher.
Yeah, so what? Okay, so you're using the shorthand, but you work for DoorDash lately.
Yeah.
Typically, you've been in sales.
Yeah.
I would say you're a natural salesperson. You got the thing, the gift. I remember when you told me you were working for Red Wings, and I had Red Wings, and you almost made me want to buy another pair of my own. Not a new pair. I wanted to rebuy my own so I could have the experience.
Oh, yeah. Went through the whole history and everything. We got that going. And you're proud of them now.
I was already proud of them, but I just...
A little bit more respect.
I felt connected to history, the way you were doing it.
That's right.
So, yeah, so you're door dashing.
DoorDash, yeah. It's interesting. I do like close to 1,000 miles a week.
Wow.
It's insane.
That's a lot. How many hours are you working?
I cut it back down to like 30.
Yeah.
But before I was doing like 40, 45. I think everyone is just out of money from their first 2 weeks from the stimulus check. Like everyone was tipping like crazy. Now people are like, oh God, we don't have any money for tips. So it's kind of gone downhill, but at the same time, life of a dasher. There have been so many times, without power bars, where I've been like, you know what? There's a couple extra bags in the to-go section of Chipotle, maybe.
You've taken them and eaten them?
Tempted.
I'm not judging.
No.
I am judging, but I'm saying I would.
When you're that hungry and it's right there, I've thought about it, never done it. I know other people have done it because they started putting up rules and stuff, and I was pretty happy that I didn't do it. That's when I went to power bars.
Yeah, because you, I hope that, like, it's probably not very far away, but I hope that in, like, 5 years, there's a little thing that says, like, beep, you need to eat. Because my thing in my head, I'm pointing to my brain, it doesn't say, Andy, you're feeling this crazy because of the not eating.
Right.
I don't attribute it to that.
Do you think going into Sprouts made you hungrier? I mean, for sure.
Yeah, there's something about, it's not like, oh, I'm reminded of food. I actually think what happens in stores is that you're overwhelmed with decisions. Mm-hmm. I actually think I want to comfort eat because of all the potential eating.
Right.
To soothe my nerves about all the choices. It's anxiety eating about eating, if that makes sense. Because, dude, for me, every time I buy something, there's some part of me that's like, this is what I'm doing for the rest of my life. Every decision is really loaded.
Yeah.
I'm buying these for the rest of my life. I never go, I'll just give them a try.
For the rest of your life?
Well, I mean, I'm not doing it super consciously, but I am. There's a lot of, so I'm a no-cow power brigade. That's who I am.
That's you.
It's hard.
You're not a cow. You matter. You think cows matter? I mean, cows matter. No cow or not, cows matter.
How are you? I've been talking for just a long time, and I haven't asked how you're doing. I'll just take a second to hear your response. Go ahead. All right, that's enough. That is enough. I can't just leave silence, because then you're going to turn the show off. God, I sound like the Joker, my mouth. Come on, dude, stop it. The Heath Ledger Joker. Do you ever think about what his breath was like? When there's so many close-ups and he's making all those mouth noises, I can't help but thinking the Joker had. I bet he had really fresh breath. I bet he did. I bet he's kind of a vain, he's really kind of vain guy, the Joker. He's just taking it to an extreme. Eventually, if you're vain enough, you start wearing clown makeup. Because it starts with, like, foundation, maybe, then maybe a little eyeliner, and then it's clown makeup. I did a show the other week, and I mentioned clowns, and I forget why. Probably because clowns are always interesting. And there was a lady who's, I don't know how, but something about she didn't know what clown, how did that even happen? She said, what? I said, clowns, and she said, what? Like what? Like what are clowns? This woman, for a moment, lived in a world where she didn't know what a clown was. I don't care how drunk you are. I don't think you forget about clowns. She definitely wasn't that drunk. That's like the best way to describe being super drunk. I got so drunk I forgot what clowns were. Do I sound crazy? I don't care. I feel full of joy and caffeine. Somebody has Christmas lights up. That just registered. Maybe they're 4th of July lights. Do you have that instinct? Are you one of those people? Do you put up lights? I don't know. I had a whole conclusion about people who put lights out for all the different holidays. Christmas, yes, we get it. But when you're putting them out for Halloween and for 4th of July, something else going on. Probably sexual frustration. I can't imagine if you're getting laid a lot that you would really care about putting Christmas lights. All right, maybe this is touching a nerve with some of you. Maybe. Or maybe that's how it works with you. If you put up enough lights, you get some action. Maybe that's how it works. Some kind of trade-off. One thing that I like about Alex, and this happens with good conversation, it's bids. Have you ever heard this theory? There was a researcher, and I'm just not going to cite anything. I'm just going to say there's a researcher. There were a couple of researchers. No, one, I don't know. 2, 3, I don't know. Team. Basically, though, they were studying couples whose relationships lasted a long time. And one of the features was that people who stay together a long time take each other's bids conversationally. Have you heard this? So, like, it's like if you're looking out the window, say you're both in the kitchen, and you say, oh, there's a bird. And the other person says, oh, that's interesting. What kind of bird is it? And you go on from there. That's a bid. But the relationships that fail are the ones where someone's like, oh, look, there's a bird. And the other person's like, oh, I just got to get back to these coupons. Big Lots is going out of business, and I got to cash in. I don't want to talk to you about birds. I don't even want to put up Christmas lights this year. How do I talk to you about it? I can't. And then the other person just feels empty. They get a case of the empties because the other person wasn't interested in what they're interested in. Point is, bids. Alex hits the ball back. You people could learn a little bit from that. Hit the ball back. When someone tries to talk to you, maybe it doesn't make sense. Maybe they're talking about a ball jar that they decided not to throw out, and then they were going to make pickles, and then it turned out they needed that ball jar, so they're glad they didn't throw it out. Anyway, Alex takes the bid. Maybe that'll be the name of this episode. All right, listen, I cut away here for a reason, and this is what I wanted to talk to you about. I just want to be a sloppy person sometimes. I want to not fold the towel that I used. I want to just let it. I want things to be in process. I'll do that sometimes. Okay, this is a major victory for me today. No, it wasn't even a victory, but I had the thought. I was folding up my yoga mat and the towel. I was just going to stuff them in my bag, and I'm like, I'm going to be one of those guys. I'm not going to care about the details anymore. And I'm just going to stuff it in there because I'm going to unroll. I'm going to put it out when I get to the studio. No need to roll it up neatly. And then the other voice is like, what are you? We're just going to descend into madness here? Once you start stuffing the bag with the unrolled up yoga mat, then what? Then what? It's fucking up the whole system. That guy, the OCD guy. Just a quick word, OCD man inside me. What are you hiding? And I mean, I appreciate you. I'm glad you're with me, but are you worried you're going to get fired if I don't fold my clothes systematically the way we've always done? Change. Dear OCD man inside of me, it's not change if you know what you're changing into. It's a good one, huh? Boy, this is sloppy. I don't see any protests. I thought maybe that makes it look like it's just going to be people in the streets, just madness, but This is quiet.
This is pretty peaceful.
This is a pretty
here.
white.
Yeah. A lot of trust funds around here.
Yeah, we're in the part of the problem right now. I mean, I've been a part of the problem, but I got a friend named Charles who's black, and he lives in Ohio, so.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You know who that comedian Hannibal is?
Yeah, I started with him, comedy in Chicago.
Really?
Yeah. He used to have dreadlocks.
Really?
He used to have dreadlocks, and I remember him reading jokes off this legal pad.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and he would say, I remember one of his jokes was, I wish people would quit getting drunk and hitting stuff, because they're ruining it for all the other good drunk drivers. Something like that.
I beat him up
You beat up Hannibal?
in New York, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You got in a fight with Hannibal?
I smacked the shit out of Hannibal, yeah. And it's filmed.
What?
Yeah.
What happened?
Well,
What the fuck?
it was, no, I mean,
This is real.
yeah. You can check it out.
No, I'm scared. I want to hear, though.
It's called Adventures of Sugar Boy Attack of the Sack.
Okay.
And he's in it. He's the only black dude in it. And him and I hang out the whole time. Super cool. I'm in it. They had me just do a scene where I'm just smacking the shit out of his face.
Get out of here,
Yeah.
dude.
I'm like, really? Really?
How long ago was this?
This was like 7,
Was he in
8
New York?
years ago. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he moved. So I quit. I started in 2004, then I quit, and then picked back up again in 2010. But he, obviously was still working hard every fucking day with it. And then I saw him on an episode of Louie. I'm like, wait, he looks familiar, because he didn't have his dreadlocks. I'm like, that's fucking Hannibal. Anyway, but wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
See, that's like, that's fucking wild.
Small world. It was right after Hurricane Sandy.
So you guys just hung out?
Yeah, we just hung out.
Could you call him up and be like, hey, what's up, man?
I can't call any contacts in my phone.
Oh.
There's a lot of names in my phone, but there's no one at the other end that will answer.
I've got his email. He would send me emails when I was up in Milwaukee when I started, and he would email me. He was super fucking supportive, dude. He'd email me and this other guy, and he'd be like, you guys want to ride down together? Here's each other's. He gave us each other the contact information. He's just super
Really
cool.
nice guy.
Yeah, dude. And he was good to me, man. Him and actually TJ Miller, who wasn't, I don't know him, but he was around. And Hannibal said, like, you're conversational. I didn't know there was different kinds of comedians. Anyway.
Wow. Dive in.
Wow.
Small world, right?
So
Nicest
what was
guy.
it? What's it called? Hit?
It's called Attack of the Sack, Adventures of Sugar Boy.
I think
And it's on YouTube, yeah.
Whose project was it?
Jimmy Fallon's. He was in it too. He slammed a door in my face.
Jimmy Fallon did?
Yeah.
Like on purpose or an accident? Or like
it was in the
part of the show?
Yeah, it was part of the show, but it was pretty funny. But yeah, it was pretty cool.
I'm going to be really jealous if you have an IMDb page. And I don't.
I don't. No. But yeah, it was interesting. I was in New York for Hurricane Sandy and worked for Ralph Lauren, and they did Ralph Lauren, Hurricane Sandy relief, and I helped clean up and everything like that. And then went to this party with SNL and Ralph Lauren to raise money for relief. And my old high school buddy's roommate, she was producing this short, and he was there, introduced me to her.
Yeah.
Go home for Thanksgiving. It was like it was the Sunday before I was going to go back to New York. I get a phone call, and I'm in the pub, and all of a sudden they're like, yeah, you're going to be doing this. Do you want to do this thing with Jimmy Fallon and everything? You have the lead. I'm like, yeah, like I'll audition for it. They're like, no, it's either yes or no. You got it. And I go, yes. And then boom, next thing you know, for the rest of the month while like New York's cleaning up, and December, it's tough for like auditions and everything.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, I'm going back to New York and I got like a project to do for the next like 20 days or so.
That's fucking awesome.
It was
dude.
great. And Hannibal was in it. Awesome dude. And
Yeah. Do you think about picking that up again? Acting and stuff?
yeah, it's just a tough time right now in the world for...
Yeah.
I love it. I think it's great. Yeah, it's something I want to do. I'll probably dive into it again. We'll see. But right now, I mean...
Yeah, right now.
I gotta take care of myself and get through this.
This is the part where it's like, now I go back. Like, this is... I've recorded the podcast with people, so I'll have like an hour or two with people. And then, of course, I was in this room with people.
Yeah.
But now I'll go back and be, quote, alone, you know, for a while.
Yeah.
It's the saying goodbye. I don't think I'm having saying goodbye anxiety. Are you?
No.
No, you're just like, we'll be fine. Our time is done.
We'll be all right.
Yeah.
No, I don't want this to end.
Well, we'll figure out how to end it on our next date.
All right, that sounds good. We'll figure out how to end it on our next date.
Oh, man. I mean, so are you going to chill out on the door dashing? Like, are you... Like, you're not getting unemployment because you're working.
Yeah, I know. It's stupid. I should have just got unemployment thinking about it, but... You know, at the end of the day...
It's better for your self-esteem.
It's
I mean...
tiring.
Yeah,
I'm
but...
worried about my car and everything else, too. You know, but at the same time, I'm just grateful to have something.
Yeah, so you're taking action, man.
That's it. I'm setting new...
And you're kind of meeting people. You're an extrovert. Even though they're saying leave it on the porch and don't look at me.
Leave it on the porch and run was one of the texts that I get. That was the note. Leave on the porch and run. And like, I dropped it there, sprint back to my car and gun it out of there. I was just like...
But you obeyed that. I find that interesting.
I thought it was so funny. How could you not obey that?
That's
like if
true.
someone was like, yeah, drop it at my door and do a cartwheel on your way out, I probably would have tried that. I mean, whatever.
Wow.
Also, you're working for your tip, so it's like, I'm a glorified butler.
Yeah.
Or servant, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, I text them, let them know it's coming, your food's on its way and everything. And get there and hopefully get 5 stars. That shit means so much to me.
Oh,
when
I know,
I dropped
yeah.
down to like a 4.97 rating,
Yeah.
I couldn't sleep for 2 days.
Well, it gets on your... Dude, I know. It gets under your skin. I drove for Lyft for a while. And people think, oh, it's just flat. I don't give out 5s, so they just are like, I'm going to give a 4. Just because I'm a 4 person. I don't give out 5s unless... It's like, no, you fucked up my life with the 4.
Yeah.
I had like a perfect rating until you just decided to Siskel and Ebert my ass.
Shattered my whole universe.
Yeah.
That's it.
What's the rest of the day look like?
I don't know.
I'm gonna take this, I'll stop recording, I'll go home, I'll edit. I put this out on Wednesday. Usually I record these on like Thursday. But I was kind of like... It's weird with this thing because I'm a little bit of a star fucker because like the people who are, you know, they have like a following or whatever, you kind of want to have those people, but because you'll get downloads and stuff because of it. But that's not what this is. Like, I'd rather just talk to people that I want to talk to, and I forget that. It's so weird how like your aim in life, like you can have this goal or this thing that compels you to do something, and then it just gets a little bit askew and you're in hell.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I just lost sight of what I do, which is usually I just try to capture. It's weird, dude, with this podcast because people write me all the time. They just get pleasure out of, like, it's not sensational or anything, just eavesdropping. That's always the comment I get is, like, I felt like I was eavesdropping. And I like that because my whole thing is I want people to feel like company.
Right.
I feel like sometimes I felt some crippling loneliness when I first started this. Like, I was going through a breakup, and I just was like... Well, at least I can maybe give other people the experience of feeling.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, yeah, if you feel like, you're depressed, you don't have anything, give. And then you start building yourself back up because you're giving to so many other people when you think you have nothing. At first, when I heard that, when someone told me give, and this was about 7 years ago, I didn't have any money. I didn't have like a place. I was just down on my luck. And I kept listening to this guy, Panache, and he kept saying give. And I got so pissed off. I'm like, what the fuck does this guy want me to give? I don't have any money to give anybody.
His name was Panache?
Yeah. And
I'm already upset with the guy. That's my first issue. But he kept saying give?
Yeah.
Like in the abundance mindset kind of thing?
I did not know what he was talking about. I thought he meant financially or something. I'm like, I don't have shit to give. I already destroyed everything.
Well, dude, I think so. When we were talking about connection and stuff, one way to flip it is like, give people the opportunity. I was listening to you talk, and I was like, I want people to have this sounds cheesy, but the opportunity to connect with this person. So it's like you're giving them the opportunity to connect with you, not like in a narcissistic way, but not everyone has the experience of you. Like,
right.
Not in an arrogant way, but it's like, it's an introduction. Like, it's a portrait of somebody or something. That's important to me. Right. I want that for myself. I think that's why it's like, everybody wants to be heard and like paid attention to,
Right. I mean, the number one thing is everybody wants to be heard and paid attention to. So what's like...
really heard, though.
Right. That's why listening is like the number one skill that, successful people, financially successful business people look for. Can they listen?
Listening is the number one skill that financial and successful people look for. I just did the mirroring technique.
Yeah.
Have you heard of that? You say what they said to say it back to them. It does work though, not
right.
just in a shenanigans kind of way. It helps you to make sure you're engaged too with it.
Mm-hmm.
That's where you say it makes sure you're engaged with it.
It absolutely makes sure you're engaged.
It absolutely makes sure you're engaged with it.
There you go.
There you go.
Just jumping right on it.
See, now I'm just repeating what you said, but.
And you can repeat what people say by being like you just said, now I'm just repeating what you said. And now you're just repeating what I said. See how that works, and then add to it. And then you go, yeah, I see how that works. And it can just go on all day.
Right. I mean, you're talking about repeating what other people said, which is what I heard you to be saying. And then we were talking about how I was just actually repeating what we were saying, but actually not, because there's like a whole meta level of it.
And that meta level...
I almost had a stroke just now because it's just a lot of thinking. I think I'm tired. Like, my brain is... What is it about not having contact with people? Like, your brain gets tired. Nah, I guess it's a muscle.
It's a muscle. You're not used to just... I mean, it's a lot. Ever go into, like... Let's say you go out on Black Friday, right? Shopping, sales, everything. People are exhausted after.
Yeah.
Or if you go into Sprouts like that. Or McDonald's. You go to the play place at McDonald's with like a kid or something like... I mean, I don't know. You don't just grab a kid. But you got a kid and you go...
buddy.
You're exhausted and you're not even doing anything. Just
Don't you wish
mentally.
you could be the kind of person in like a non-pedophile way? Not just in a... Can I take your kid because I really want to go to the play place? I haven't been. I miss it.
Yeah. I mean...
You hang out with kids though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a nephew or whatever. Mm-hmm. I miss my nephews, man.
5-year-old. It's hilarious. But, it's good. It's exhausting. The stuff that they come up with. And, they don't have any shame. No judgment. They just call it out how it is. How did this person get so fat? And it's just like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm sorry. He just makes a lot of comments that, he doesn't mean anything bad by it. He just says stuff like that. It's hilarious. There's no judgment behind it or anything. Nothing malicious.
It's just
boom.
Observation.
Yeah. Like, you know, he said it about a black guy too. He goes, why is this guy so black? Well, you see what happened. Like, I don't know what to say. People have all different types of skin colors. You know, it's just the way it is. And then you understand it. But, you know.
See, that's the appropriate response, not the, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Don't say that. We don't say that. Because now you're installing shame.
Yeah, it's really just... There's a lot of different body colors and body makeups. You know, it's just the way it is.
That's the way to do it.
You're going to see a lot of different bodies.
A lot of different shapes, sizes, colors.
Everything.
Yeah. You're actually going to see a triangle at some point in your life. A person.
It's going to be crazy. Some of the shapes you see.
You're going to see an octagon.
Just wait.
Yeah. You're going to go to Phoenix, and there's actually a town with all octagon people.
Yeah. Exactly.
Sounds like a kid's book.
The octagon people. Yeah. Yeah. So. What are we talking about? Tennis?
Yeah, we started with friendship. I made it awkward a little bit. I don't think I did. I think I was already feeling awkward. I just want to be who I am, dude.
Yeah.
I want to be all the time. I want freedom. To stop.
You want freedom.
To stop caring so much.
So do people tell you all the time, like, what to do and you should try this and everything?
It's with stand-up? Or just in life?
And just in life.
I used to get a lot of advice, unsolicited, because I realized now I was putting out a real bewildered, help me kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I didn't know I was doing it. Do you? Were you asking just in general? Like, do you have information you need to... Do you have something you want to tell me? Like, advice? Is that why you asked?
No. I just feel like right now everybody have stuff to tell you should be doing or trying.
Oh, me? Or just in general?
People in general.
Oh, okay.
Maybe you. I feel like everybody.
Well, so like what? I get it with diet a lot.
Diet. You should try running.
I'm open to it.
You should get a dog. You should try this supplement if you want to lose weight.
See, that stuff I'm open to. But if someone says to me, like, you should really think about not letting people judge you. You shouldn't think so much about, or you shouldn't be so sensitive, or those kinds of things. That doesn't help me.
Right.
It doesn't. That advice is just like, stop doing the thing that you're doing. No.
That's kind of like telling a toddler when they're having a tantrum, they need to calm down and see what works.
I've really just learned to reframe my tantrums. I'm so, like, it's a socially acceptable tantrum is what I'm having most of the time.
Yeah.
Help. But I'm actually I think I'm pretty good. I gotta be honest. I'm like, I got stable. I am one of the unemployment people.
That's amazing.
No, it isn't.
Why not?
Because it's nice because I'm collecting it and I get to do this for the first time. Like, I get to put full time into this. I get to write for the monologues and I'm getting a little income from it, which I guess I should declare. I don't know. It's the pandemic.
That's the pandemic.
Taxes are going to be fucking crazy next year.
Taxes are going to be insane, but I don't think that far ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, who knows if I'll be here or not. I mean, that's out of my control, but isn't this amazing that you have this time to use your talent? I feel like, the universe is just giving certain people a chance to really just focus on themselves and actually do the things they've always wanted to do for a change.
Yeah. No, I think it's happening a lot, and a lot of people are just slowing down. It's weird. I was thinking at the beginning, like, I'd see couples, and I'd be like, oh, like, they got that mix of, it must be so nice to have someone. Oh, yeah, but they're stuck with somebody indoors for 3 months. But now I've been noticing, like, and maybe it's just what I'm putting out there, but I notice couples are, like, it seems like this heightened level of intimacy. Like, I see them and I'm like, I bet they've been through something. Like, I feel like I'm seeing more hand-holding or, like, genuine affection or something in the couples that I witness.
Do you think because they're not getting it from anyone else that...
Yeah, or just like now they have to like be together with people.
Mm-hmm.
Like they can't run. You can't just do your crazy rat race life right now as much.
Right.
So you have to like sit with each other if you got someone in your life and like get into it. And you either get through it or you don't. Like people are getting divorced probably right now too, but
A lot of divorces.
yeah.
Which is unfortunate, but also at the same time, you know,
Yeah. A lot of emails from like lawyers when the person's in the other room. You couldn't just come in here and knock and tell me you wanted to work?
Yeah, that's got to be interesting.
It is probably happening. I don't know. I feel like people are getting more, oddly, more maybe intimate or something with the people they're close with. I don't know. It's hard to speak generally, but... well, dude, this was good. Thank you.
Well, hopefully we can get home with all the downtown riots and stuff going on. And
This is so quiet here.
this is beautiful. This
Have you
area is
seen any of
nice.
it?
I was dashing downtown, DoorDash, and yesterday, and there was so much graffiti everywhere.
Really?
Like this was brunch time, brunchish. But then there's all these bars and restaurants that I go into to grab food, and people were not 6 feet apart at all.
Yeah.
Without masks. And then DoorDashers could go in there, but they had to have masks when they went in. But meanwhile, people are like 2 feet apart
Yeah.
without masks.
Yeah, I mean, if it's a riot, is there safe rioting?
It's a fucking riot.
Socially mindful rioting?
Yeah.
That'll be the next article on Medium.
Yeah.
People are how to riot mindfully.
I wonder if they're going to make the transition back to COVID after the riots.
See, that's a very good point.
Like, how are they going to make that I mean, it's television, the programs. I mean, how are they going to go from... I mean, it's so dramatic. Boom, Corona. Boom, riots.
You mean like the news and stuff?
Yeah, now how are people going to get back into the mindset of, oh yeah, we have this huge pandemic?
It's like dysfunctional families. Like you get used to dad being chaos and violence and beating. You know what I mean?
Right.
You get used to it, which is, I mean, it's survival, but we're used to it. And the fact is, like, we've lost more people than the fucking Vietnam War.
Yeah.
And like, but I mean, I don't know anybody directly who's
don't
died.
know
That's the
anybody.
weird thing.
No,
And it's because it's hitting people of color, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's hitting, there's all these people that aren't getting reported. Dude, I suspect the stats, people are like, whoa, these numbers are inflated. No, they're fucking minimized.
Right.
There's so many that haven't gotten counted. I don't know, man. These are weird times. We're living in one of those times where, like, you're going to be the old guy
Yeah.
talking to your kids and be like, you know, you kids, you weren't alive when
Right.
we all had to wear masks. That's what we had. But, like, meanwhile, you're probably in, like, some kind of space suit.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
wearing like a full hazmat suit.
We used to-
Talking to him like on my couch that's covered with plastic. You know.
I don't think it's going to get there.
No.
People won't let it. We won't. That's what's interesting is, like, we won't let it happen.
Yeah.
Because it's just, that's what, we just refuse to live like that, most of us.
Yeah.
Like, look at us. We know better. We're in the car. I've got my mask hanging from the mirror.
I have mine
This is how it
on
spreads,
the floor or something. Yeah. I mean, you know what?
But, right? Like, that's the weird thing is, like, you don't care. There's part of you like, I don't care.
Right.
I don't want to talk through this mask. But if the benevolent part of me would be like, dude, Alex, like, you don't want to get him sick. Maybe you have it.
Right.
I don't think I do.
And
See, that's how it works. I don't think I do.
I don't
and
think
then
I
20
do.
old people
Yeah.
die.
Yeah, I mean, I just try to be respectful, right? That's it.
Do you wear door dashing?
Not, I mean, if I go in a place to pick up the food, wear the mask. If I'm just dropping it at their doorstep, what am I going to do? I'm running with their food, leaving it there, 1 pound on the door, out.
You do just a one knock?
No, I do the... And they're like, oh, I like that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's pretty non-threatening. What's a threatening knock? That's not even that bad.
I think it's the 3 knock. It's the triple.
Ooh, that is, yeah.
Because that's bringing you back to your childhood. That could be a cop at your door.
Yeah, that's like, I just got caught masturbating.
Yeah.
Wait.
Yeah. That's a bathroom knock.
And my response was always just hold still. Yeah. Just sit still with your dick in your hand.
Just mid. Jesus.
Well, what am I going to do? Keep going?
Don't breathe.
I don't know. How did we get on? This is my fault. This tributary of conversation. Have you met anybody? We should go. Have you met any ladies or anything on the door dashing?
Yeah, I mean, I had this one dash, and it was like in this commune over in Louisville.
Yeah.
And I knock on the door, and I'm just like, where am I? This is so weird. It was an interesting area. Like all these houses just kind of set back. It was a commune. And this lady comes up to the door, hand her the food. She's like, did you get a tip? I'm like, no. And she's like, all right, I'll be right back. And then she comes back to the door just wearing she was wearing a robe in the first place, just wearing a white t-shirt with nothing under it. I was like, oh, thanks. So it's like I get to go to the door, see this really hot hippie chick, and she gives me money, and then I leave.
It's like a peep show.
And I get paid.
But I meant, have you no relationships or numbers?
There's been a couple times where I'm like, would that have been awkward? Like, should I have...
Yeah.
Like, I was talking to her for a minute. Should I have just said, hey, next time it's on me? And I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder.
Because you're at their place.
Yeah, it's a
live.
safety thing and stuff. But they're probably thinking the same thing, too. You never know. Not always, but...
Right. And then if you get reported, then you're banned from the site.
Right, you made that. That's a good point. You know where they live, so that's dangerous because that's scary. Like that could be super threatening.
But the one girl, I dropped off her food. She said that was a very nice knock. She's like, that was a really nice knock. Yes.
Yeah, yours is more. It's better.
And just easy peasy. Your food's here, like ding dong, whatever. And then she had this bag of garbage sitting out there, and I'm like halfway down the hall, and she's like, yeah, it was a really nice knock. I'm like, oh, yeah, thanks. I'm like, yeah, sorry it took me a minute to get your food here. It's COVID, everyone's ordering food. She's like, oh, that's no problem. I'm like, hey, I noticed you got that bag of trash there. Why don't you just enjoy your dinner without thinking about having this trash that you got to take down later?
Yeah.
And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, I'm going right by it.
Yeah.
Like, and she's like, wow, thank you so much. And I thought we had like a connection there. And I just like grabbed it. I'm like, well, see you later.
Yeah. Just going to do a quick glance through it. I'm not going to look too hard. I'm just going to look through the trash.
And then just left.
Yeah.
And I was a whole rest of the week, I was thinking, I'm like, should I just, I think she was vibing, but you don't know when you're delivering. It could have been really creepy.
You're not creepy. That's the thing, is like you gotta have the trust in yourself to know I'm not creepy. But
yeah,
but you're right. It is like you're working for somebody. Anyway.
All right. Well, this has been real. Really appreciate it.
Did we do that? It's fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
Yeah, I mean, we could do the fist bump. That's cool.
We talked for an hour and 40 minutes.
Holy cow.
All right, well, thanks for doing this, dude.
That was awesome. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to hear it. Actually, I'll be a little embarrassed.
That's the show. Alex Elliott. What a good guy. What a good time. What a good conversationalist. What a good man friend. Just a present, grateful individual. He's Alex Elliott Pics on Instagram, which sounds dirty, but that's Elliott, Elliott Pics. Couple things to wrap up. Patreon.com/Wandering the Isles. You can support the show. Appreciate all the new people hopping on board there. Really, really helps. And eventually I'll have enough money and I will quit the show and become a dancer. At Wandering Isles on Instagram. I think a lot of you got some spam from at Wandering Isles. And that's because my friend Grace, she sent out spam on accident. And it was a link that said, hey, I got some pictures of you. Look, check these out. See if you like them. It's very seductive. Not in the erotic sense, just in the vanity sense. You're like, oh, pictures of me. Click. And then it asks for my password. What kind of idiot punches in his... I've been on the internet for years. I'm an old hand. I know better than that. I just wanted to see these pictures. Didn't think about it, even though I knew deep down this is some old Russian man spam shit. Some fucking 20-year-old on Reddit probably did it. And they're probably just rifling through my life now that they have my password. Anyway, Wandering Isles, at Wandering Isles on Instagram. It's safe now. Instagram fixed it. At Bambi Fransworth, that's my regular profile. The two, I thought they were going to be separate. Like one was just going to be for the show, and they're just mixed up. There's no boundary. At Wandering Isles, at Bambi Fransworth. WanderingTheIsles.com is the website if you're interested. All things Wandering the Isles over there. Info about me. Headshots if you're in the industry. There's a headshot. Music this week by Aaron Campbell and Future Sequence. Aaron's making some new music for the show. I hope that you're excited about that because I am. Well, thanks for being here. Episode 13 of the pandemic. What do you think of that? Lucky 13. One a week for 3 months. That's pretty good for me. I think we're on a roll here. I hope you enjoy the show. I appreciate you tuning in, and we'll check in next week. There's going to be some interesting developments that I'm going to share with you, other than just the apartment. Well, I got a new topper for my truck. That's a big one. Spoiler alert. I'll save that. I'll see you next week, right? I'll see you. We'll see each other. Come here. Give me a hug. Let's have a fucking hug. Come on. Do you feel it? You feel the warmth of my chest? You feel the chest hair underneath my shirt against your Victoria's Secret bra, which doesn't seem comfortable. I'm thinking about it as I'm hugging you, but it's so nice to just touch one another. Hold hands. How about we hold some hands? Come here. Hold my hand. Just for a second. Come here. Come here and hold Daddy's hand. Okay, it's a full moon. That must be what's happening. Yeah, it's a crazy moon. I leave you unto yourselves to have the best possible week you can, filled with joy and companionship. And may you not feel alone. All right, bye.